I'm recording this 1:30 in the morning, 1st of December 2016. I'll try and make it reasonably cheerful. Partly this video is just to thank you for the support over the past few days. So after I made a video, I think it was 3 days ago now, first video in a long time, because my computer's broken and my skin rash was really bad, and got lots of nice messages from support and got some donations to my cancer fund, which is paying for my immunotherapy, which is basically the only chance I have. Well, it's paying for two things: paying for immunotherapy and paying for hypothermia therapy. They are unproven experimental treatments, don't seem to work for many people. However, they're the best chance I've got of living more than just a year or whatever. So it's just been so lovely to have those messages of support, and especially people commenting on the YouTube videos. Makes a huge difference if you comment on these videos, because I know people are watching them. It's the only way I know. But much more importantly than that, it means if you actually go to YouTube, watch the video on YouTube and put a comment, it means that YouTube will show that video to more people. So maybe some other people who are facing cancer, who have friends and family facing cancer, might watch these videos and hopefully get something from them. So I've had a good couple of days really because of those those comments, and because of the nice messages, and because of the amazingly generous donations. The donations paying for the immunotherapy and hypothermia therapy may be keeping me alive for a bit longer, and longer I can live, the more chance there is of something coming up that helps me. Very, very small chance, but still. Some people have asked me about what are called outliers. So when you look at how long someone expects to live with cancer, and then what are like the maximum and the minimums, and with some cancers there's seems to be a very big spread. With the cancers where the general life expectancy is short, it seems that the spread is short, is small as well. So basically, the medical term, this actually seems to be the medical term that comes up in the papers, is abysmal. So they talk about late stage bone cancer. They say the prospects are abysmal. Basically means the life expectancy is short, but also you get very, very few people who exceed the life expectancy by a big margin. So something like terminal bowel cancer, so it's bowel cancer that's going to kill you, that has spread to the liver, the life expectancy is okay. Well, it's not okay, of course not. It's like, I don't know, I think overall what's called median survival time is like a couple of years, but there's like a 30% chance you might live 5 years. And there's a load of people who live a lot shorter than that, but there are people that live longer than that. But with my cancer that spread to the peritoneum, which only affects 5% of people with bowel cancer, it seems that the life expectancy is very short, 7 to 9 months basically from when the tumour is found, a year, or possibly a bit longer if you're in a country like Japan, which has more advanced cancer treatment, which is why I'm here, one of the reasons I'm here, although I didn't actually know that statistic when I made the decision. But it seems the spread is the range, the spread is very small. So you don't get these people who were given, a year to live and made it for 5 years. You get some people who were given a year to live and made it for a year and a half. But you don't get this massive range because it's because of the nature of the cancer, because of how it spreads in the peritoneum, which I explain in detail in my other video. So let's be cheerful. Really appreciate all the messages. One thing that was completely unexpected was a message from someone I had known at school, haven't been in contact with for 20 years or something, Sally. She sent me a very kind, warm message, but it was just so lovely to hear from her. It was just incredible. She had watched my video, my last video, and hadn't had any contact with her for 20 years. She seems to be doing really well, and it made me extremely happy. I've had a good few days basically because with coming back to the treatment, the side effects, haven't had any of the tingly nerve damage stuff in the hands, which has been good. I didn't have the metal toxin last time. I haven't had the molecular targeting agent now for a month. That was the one that gave me the terrible skin rash. It's very dangerous not to have that. So I'm going to try an alternative one, but it's very, very nice that my skin rash is dying down. And yesterday I managed to shave for the first time in a few months, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but really is. My skin is still perfectly red and blotchy, but it's not painful. It seems to be okay. And hopefully it will get better over the next few weeks and coming months. So this video was really just to thank you for the support. It does make a huge difference. Particularly people have sent me packages. The most recent one coming from Max, which was just wonderful. Really incredible feeling to get that. And other people have previously sent me packages. It's just so nice to get something in the post, and really cheers me up for a long time, which is good. And if you can, sharing the videos helps. I know many of them are really fucking bleak, but if you can share them, they might help someone. They might help someone who is, just found out they've got cancer, or someone who has a friend or family member with cancer. So, particularly younger people. I know I look like an old man by my only 37, and there's very little information for people in their 30s and even in their 40s with cancer. And I know this sounds really harsh, but I think cancer is easier to deal with when you're older. Partly just because the lifestyle change is smaller. I've become a weak old man. I've become frail. I have difficulty walking now. Although I'm going to force myself to walk every day and hopefully build up some muscle again in my legs. Others very, very surprised how quickly you lose muscle just from not walking. I've had, over the past few months, most days I've not walked, hardly walked, just been in the house all day. Like when I come out of hospital, I had major surgery, so there was obviously recovery time with that. But at the hospital, a physiotherapist came every morning, got me to walk around the hospital floor a few times, and that helped. But coming back home and it being cold and dealing with chemotherapy and particularly dealing with depression, depression makes it hard to get out of the house. The only really good cure for depression is exercise. So now I'm gonna really work hard on that to get some leg muscle. Again, I was quite surprised. I lose my balance a lot because of the lack of muscle. So I've got to deal with that. But yeah, the messages of support have been fantastic. Donations are just obviously wonderful. Packages are amazing. If you want to send me something, please get in touch and I'll give you my address. Really, really appreciate being sent stuff. I have just a couple of hours ago I ordered myself 2 small Christmas presents. One is a little radio receiver for my computer, which some of you may know is quite a famous. It's an RTL software-defined radio receiver. And the other thing I ordered was a device to turn off televisions called TV Be Gone, made by my wonderful friend Mitch Altman. So I ordered the latest one of those because I haven't used mine for a few years, and there are lots of new TVs around Tokyo that should be switched off out in public places, causing pollution. Just to give you an example of what a good day is, and like why today was a good day, managed to get up a bit earlier than usual, a couple of hours earlier, which extends the day a lot. It gets dark in Japan at the moment around kind of 3:30, 4 o'clock or something, so the days are pretty short. And I often wake up 8, 9, 10 or whatever, but then can't get up for a few hours because of the depression, because of the chemotherapy poisoning my brain. It's actually called chemo brain. It's like a mental fog that makes it hard to do things that you've decided to do. Today, I managed to get out of bed before 10. Had a nice big breakfast with the kids. My wife cooked with the kids, which is very good for them. And spent some time with my son opening up an old hi-fi system that we're about to throw out, and he really enjoyed that. Obviously, when you open up even old hi-fi systems nowadays, there's not a lot in them. Circuit board and some microchips, but still, he enjoyed that a lot. And then we went out for a late lunch at a Hawaiian restaurant about 20 minutes away on the train, and wandered around looking at the Christmas lights. I fucking hate Christmas, obviously, always have done, but still nice to see some lights, lots of LEDs. So yeah, it's a good day today, hence trying to do the videos. So thank you so much for your support. My cancer fund is at matthewdons.org. That's matthewdons.org. Make a donation if you can share the link, please. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening.